Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. I hope all of you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am Mohammad Shahjahan, Assistant Professor, Department of Accounting, Milestone College, Uttara, Dhaka.
Dear student, today we'll discuss calculating cost price, cost of production and selling price. That means how we'll determine cost price and cost of production or selling price. Dear student, Amin Paper House purchased 10 ream of paper at the rate of 18 per quire. Dear student, all of you know that 1 ream equals to 20 quire. That means they have purchased 10 into 20. That means 200 quire of paper. And dear student, they paid wages 500. This is direct expenses, and carriage taka 1000. This is also a direct expenses. This is also a direct expenses. So dear student, in this math we have these two direct expenses, and they spent taka 2000 for hire of shop, that is indirect expenses. Electricity and telephone bill, this is also indirect expenses, and 500 for salesman commission, this is also an indirect expenses. Dear student, earlier also I have discussed the expenses which is related directly purchase or production, that is direct expenses, which is selling for selling purpose, which expense is done for selling purpose, that is indirect expenses. So here student, we have two direct expenses and three indirect expenses. Now we have to calculate cost per ream of paper, we have to calculate total cost, we have to calculate selling price. If we consider that cost of goods sold is 40,000, if total cost is 40,000, let's come to the solution. Dear student, cost of paper per ream, cost of paper per ream, dear student, just to have read it out, we have purchased 10 reams. See, to look at your question, we have purchased how many ream paper? 10 ream. And cost of each ream is not given here, we have given per quire 18. That means we have to convert it from ream to quire. 10 ream into 20, that means it is quire, that is quire. 10 into 20, that means we have purchased 200 quire. We have purchased how many quire? 200 quire, and the price of each quire is 18. So therefore total purchase price is 3600. And dear student, we have direct expenses is taka 500, we have carriage is taka 1500. That means total direct expenses is 1500. We have total direct expenses is 1500. Dear student, we have learned purchase price plus direct expenses equals to cost price, equals to cost price. Dear student, this is important for MCQ also. How we can find out the cost price? Purchase price plus direct expenses, that means whatever expenses is done for that product, that is direct expenses. So here we have purchase price is 3600 and direct expenses is 1500. So therefore total cost is 5100. This is cost price. And now cost price per ream, cost price per ream, we have purchased how many ream? 10 ream. Total cost price is 5100. That means cost per ream is 510 taka. We have cost price per ream is 510 taka. This is requirement A. Now requirement B, dear student, in requirement B it is, we have to find out total cost per quire of paper, total cost per quire of paper. What is the total cost? At first we have to write the cost price of paper. This is from requirement A. Cost price of paper is 5100. Cost price of paper is how much? 5100. And we have to add indirect expenses with this. We have to add what? Indirect expenses with this. Indirect expenses is shop rent, electricity and telephone bill, salesman commission. That means we have three indirect expense: shop rent, electricity and telephone bill, and salesman commission. Let's see the question, dear student. If you forget it, let's see. Look at direct expenses, wages 500, carriage 1000, and indirect expenses, look at, they spent taka 2000 for hire of shop. That means this is cost of showroom. That means indirect expenses. Electricity and telephone bill, it is also indirect expenses. For selling purpose we have done these expenses, and taka 500 for salesman commission. That means we have these three indirect expenses. We have these three indirect expenses, cost price plus indirect expenses, then it will be total cost, it will be total cost. So how much total cost we have? 5100 plus 3500, it is 8600. Therefore dear student, cost of per quire paper sold 8600 divided by per quire. Now we need per quire. Per quire means 10 ream into 20, that means it will be quire, it will be quire. So 8600 divided by 200, that means it is 43, it is 43. This is the cost of per quire paper. This is the cost of per square paper, dear student. I hope all of you understand. Of course, if you have any confusion, any types of problem, of course you should discuss with me, you should talk to me, you can make me phone call also, dear student. So all of you understand cost per square paper. Now requirement C, selling price. Selling price of per square paper. Selling price, dear student, if you can remember, the formula of selling price is total cost plus expected profit. That means desired profit. That means whatever profit they want. Whatever profit they want. Let's see the question, dear student. Determine the selling price per square paper considering total cost. That means total cost is given 40,000. Whatever total cost we have, we cannot consider it now. We have to consider total cost is 40,000. Total cost is 40,000. And what about profit? Look at the paper house earned profit at the rate of taka 2 per square. That means profit 2 per square. Dear student, we have purchased how many ream? 10 ream. Per each square equals to how much? Each ream equals to how many square? It is 20 square. That means 10 ream into 20. That means 200 square we have purchased. 200 square we have purchased. We have purchased how many square? 200 square. And profit is square 2. That means total profit is 400. Total profit is 400. This is expected profit. Dear student, look at total cost is 40,000. It is given in the question. We have not 40,000 profit. Total cost in our math, it is total cost is 8,600. But in the question, it is said that we have to consider total cost how much? Total cost is 40,000. Total cost is 40,000. That's why I have written here total cost 40,000. Total cost how much? 40,000. And expected profit 10 ream into 20, it is square. And in the question, it is written that 2 per square. We would like to earn profit 2 per square. That means 400. That means how much? 400 is our expected profit. So total cost plus expected profit equals to selling price. Dear student, this is important question for MCQ. How you can get the selling price? That means total cost or cost of production plus expected profit, desired profit, required profit, then it will be a selling price. So dear student, we have selling price how much? 40,400. 40,400 is our selling price. Now selling price per square paper. Selling price per square paper, dear student, selling price per square paper. How you can find out selling price per square paper? Total selling price is 40,400. Selling price is 40,400 and totally we purchase 10 ream and 20 into 20 because this is square. 1 ream equals to 20 square. So 40,400 divided by 200. Divided by 200, it is 202. It is 202. So this is selling price per square paper. Selling price per square paper equals to 202. 202. Therefore, if we sell 202 per square paper, then they can earn taka 400 profit. I hope all of you understand, dear student. If again I am telling, if you have any types of question, any types of confusion, you should discuss with me. Look at, I am telling the question again. Amin paper house purchased 10 ream of paper at the rate of 18 per square. That means per square is 18. Then they paid wages taka 500. This is direct expenses. This is direct expenses. Carriage taka 1000. This is another direct expenses. And they spent taka 2000 for hire of shop. This is indirect expenses. Electricity and telephone bill 1000. This is indirect expenses. And taka 500 for sales and commission. It is also indirect expenses. Dear student, in this math, main thing is that you have to learn which one is direct expenses, which one is indirect expenses. The expenses which is related to purchase or production, this is direct expenses. The expenses which is related to sales, that is indirect expenses. So dear student, keep it in your mind, direct expenses and indirect expenses, and profit is 2. I hope all of you understand cost per paper equal to purchase price plus direct expenses. This is the formula, purchase price plus direct expenses, then you will get the cost price, then you will get the cost price. On the other hand, total cost means cost price plus indirect expenses, it is total cost, and then selling price equals to total cost plus desired profit, then it will be selling price. And selling price per unit we have to divide by per unit. All of you understand, I hope. If you have any confusion, of course you should discuss with me. Thank you very much. May Allah help all of us. Allah Hafiz. Stay home, stay safe.